Everyone's got their favorite motorcycle brand, but how would they stack up if we ranked them based on performance, innovation, and sheer legacy? Here's the brutal truth. Reliability decides everything. Resale value, maintenance costs, whether you actually ride or just polish chrome in your driveway. From Japanese juggernauts to European speed demons, we're breaking down the top 9 motorcycle brands. And trust me, number 1 might surprise you because the runner-up could have easily stolen the crown. How important is a reliable engine? When buying a motorcycle, look, you can drool over all the flashy tech you want. TFT screens, ride modes, heated grips. Sure, they're nice, but here's the brutal truth. Reliability decides everything. Resale value, maintenance costs, whether you actually ride or just polish chrome in your driveway. We looked at manufacturing quality, maintenance requirements, design philosophy, real-world performance, brand reputation, and number 1 might surprise you, because the runner-up could have easily stolen the crown. Number 9, KTM. Starting at number 9, and yeah, this might ruffle some orange feathers. KTM. Don't get me wrong, these Austrian machines are absolute weapons. That 1190 Adventure? It'll eat the Dakar Rally for breakfast and ask for seconds. But here's the thing about KTM engines. They're built for aggression, not your daily commute. These motors run hot, rev hard, and demand respect. The maintenance intervals? Shorter than your attention span on social media. We're talking about engines designed for riders who think gentle is a 4-letter word. The 890 Adventure R's parallel twin cranks out serious power, but it's tuned for performance over longevity. Push it hard, which is exactly what it begs you to do, and you'll be intimate with your service manual. KTM owners regularly hit 100,000 miles, but only if they treat maintenance like a religion. Miss a service? That orange beast might just remind you why they call it the ready-to-race brand. Number 8, Triumph, the Brits who refuse to give up. Modern Triumph engines are actually pretty solid. That Tiger 1200's triple? Smooth as aged whiskey and twice as intoxicating. The Bonneville T120's parallel twin delivers that classic British charm without the classic British breakdowns. But here's where Triumph gets tricky. They're caught between heritage and innovation, and sometimes that shows. Early 2000s Triumphs? Let's just say they kept mechanics busy. But the current lineup? Much better. That T-plane crankshaft technology in the Tiger series is genuinely brilliant. Uneven firing intervals that give you V-twin character with triple smoothness. Owners report solid reliability once you hit about 2010 and newer. The Bonneville platform in particular has proven itself dependable for daily duty, but you're still dealing with more complex valve trains and tighter service intervals than the Japanese competition. Triumph engines have soul. They sound right, feel right, and look right. Just don't expect Honda-level set it and forget it reliability. Number 7, Ducati. Ducati at number 7. Yeah, I can hear the keyboards clicking already. Here's the deal with Ducati. They've come a long way from the days when reliable Italian bike was an oxymoron. That Desert X's Testastrada engine? It's actually pretty bulletproof. The Multistrada platform has been racking up serious miles without drama. We're talking 50,000, 60,000 miles with owners who actually ride instead of just posing at coffee shops. The secret? Ducati finally learned that reliability sells bikes, not just lap times. Lower compression ratios, better cooling, smarter electronics. The 937 cubic centimeter V-twin in the Desert X makes 110 horsepower, but focuses on torque and longevity instead of chasing peak numbers. But, and this is a big but, you're still dealing with Ducati service intervals and Ducati parts prices. That 7,500-mile service isn't cheap. And finding a tech who knows desmodromic valves? Good luck outside major cities. Modern Ducatis are reliable if you follow the maintenance schedule religiously. Skip services and you'll remember why they used to have that reputation. Number 6, Victory. Victory at number 6. Yeah, the brand that doesn't exist anymore. Before Polaris pulled the plug in the 2017, Victory was building some seriously underrated engines. That 106 cubic inch V-twin in the cross-country? Rock solid. Victory engines were overbuilt American muscle. Heavy flywheels, conservative tuning, and materials that could survive a nuclear winter. Owners regularly reported 100,000 plus miles with basic maintenance. The problem? Parts. Good luck finding OEM components for a 2015 Victory in 2025. Aftermarket support exists, but you're playing parts roulette with a discontinued brand. If you've got a Victory, hold on to it. These engines were built to last. Just stock up on spare parts while you can still find them. Number 5, BMW. BMW lands at number 5, and that might surprise some people. Those Boxer engines? They're legends for a reason. The R1200 GS has been crossing continents and surviving abuse that would kill lesser machines. Air-cooled heads, liquid-cooled cylinders, and that distinctive horizontal layout that's been refined for nearly a century. The engineering is brilliant. Perfect cooling from airflow, natural vibration cancellation, and torque delivery that's smoother than your morning coffee routine. But here's BMW's Achilles heel: complexity. All that German engineering comes with German repair bills. When something breaks, and it will, you're not fixing it with basic tools in your garage. The newer liquid-cooled Boxers are incredibly sophisticated, but sophistication is the enemy of simplicity. More sensors, more electronics, more things to go wrong. BMW engines are tough and durable, but they're not simple. And simple is what keeps you riding instead of wrenching. Number 4, Suzuki. Suzuki takes 4th place, and honestly, they deserve more respect. The V-Strom series epitomizes Suzuki's approach. Bulletproof reliability without the drama. That 645 cubic centimeter V-twin in the V-Strom 650 just works. Day after day, mile after mile, no complaints. Suzuki uses the less is more philosophy. Proven technology over cutting-edge complexity. The result? Engines that last forever with basic maintenance. The GSX-R platform has been dominating tracks and streets for decades. The Hayabusa, when it was still in production, proved that Suzuki could build engines that made massive power and still lasted. But Suzuki's conservative approach is also their weakness. While other brands chase headlines with exotic tech, Suzuki builds workhorses. Reliable? Absolutely. Exciting? That's debatable. Number 3, Kawasaki. Kawasaki grabs the bronze medal, and they've earned it through decades of building engines that refuse to quit. That Ninja 650's parallel twin? It's been the backbone of Kawasaki's middleweight lineup for years. Smooth, reliable, and capable of serious mileage with proper care. The ZX-14R's inline 4 is a masterpiece of engineering. Nearly 200 horsepower, yet owners regularly report 100,000 plus miles without major issues. That's the kind of durability that builds legends. Kawasaki's racing heritage shows in their engine design. These motors are built to handle stress, whether that's track days or daily commuting. The automatic cam chain tensioners, robust bottom ends, and conservative tuning all contribute to long-term reliability. The Vulcan S proves Kawasaki can build reliable cruiser engines too. That 649 cubic centimeter parallel twin delivers smooth power and easy maintenance in a package that's perfect for riders who want dependability without drama. Number 2, Yamaha. Yamaha takes 2nd place, and they came damn close to stealing the crown. According to Consumer Reports, Yamaha actually beats Honda in some reliability surveys. That 2015 study showed Yamaha motorcycles with just an 11% failure rate after 4 years. That's incredible. The MT7's CP2 engine is a masterclass in parallel twin design. That 270-degree crankshaft gives you character without complexity. Owners regularly push these engines past 75,000 miles without major issues. Yamaha's attention to detail is legendary. Superior materials, precise manufacturing, and engineering that prioritizes longevity over peak power. The result? Engines that just keep running. The XSR lineup proves you can have retro style with modern reliability. The Tenere 700 shows that adventure bikes don't need to be complex to be capable. The FJR1300 demonstrates that sport touring engines can be both powerful and dependable. Yamaha engines are smooth, reliable, and built to last. They're the thinking rider's choice. Number 1. Honda. And taking the top spot, Honda, the reliability king that refuses to give up the crown. Here's why Honda wins. They build engines like they're planning for the apocalypse. That CB750 from 1969, still running, the Super Cub, over 100 million sold and most are still puttering around somewhere. The Goldwing, crossing continents with the reliability of a Swiss watch. Honda's secret isn't exotic materials or cutting-edge tech. It's obsessive attention to detail and conservative engineering that prioritizes longevity over everything else. The Africa Twin's parallel twin is the perfect example. 100 horsepower, 82 pound-feet of torque, and the kind of reliability that makes other manufacturers jealous. That 270-degree crank gives you character, but Honda's engineering gives you confidence. The CRF 300L proves Honda can make small engines that last forever. That 286 cubic centimeter single is so reliable it's almost insulting to other manufacturers. One cylinder, minimal electronics, maximum dependability. But here's what really sets Honda apart. They keep it simple. While other brands chase complexity, Honda perfects simplicity. Fewer moving parts mean fewer things to break. Basic maintenance keeps them running forever. Honda engines don't just last. They last while being ignored, abused, and neglected. They're the cockroaches of the motorcycle world, and that's the highest compliment you can give an engine. So what separates the legends from the lemons? Manufacturing quality comes first. Cast iron cylinder liners beat aluminum for durability. Forged components outlast cast ones. Quality materials cost more upfront but save money long-term. Maintenance requirements matter. Engines with longer service intervals might seem appealing, but regular maintenance is what keeps engines alive. The key is finding the sweet spot between reasonable intervals and actual reliability. Design philosophy makes the difference. Air-cooled engines are simpler but run hotter. Liquid cooling is more complex but handles temperature better. The best engines balance simplicity with effectiveness. Performance tells the story. High-stressed engines pushed to their limits were faster. Engines tuned for torque and longevity beat peak horsepower heroes in the reliability game. Brand reputation matters because it's earned over decades. Honda's reputation for reliability isn't marketing, it's millions of miles of real-world proof. Online reviews and forums reveal the truth. This is where owners share real experiences, not press release promises. When forum warriors consistently praise an engine's reliability, that means something. There you have it. The definitive ranking of motorcycle engine reliability. Honda takes the crown because they've never forgotten that the best engine is the one that starts every morning and gets you home every night. Simple, reliable, and built to last, Yamaha came close, damn close, with their focus on quality and attention to detail. In some surveys, they actually beat Honda. But Honda's decades of proven reliability and conservative engineering philosophy give them the edge. The Japanese Big Four dominate the top spots for good reason. They've spent decades perfecting the art of building engines that just work. No drama, no excuses, just mile after mile of dependable service. That glowing red thing on your screen? Yeah, that's the subscribe button. Hit it if you want more bikes that deliver maximum reliability for minimum drama. Still got fuel in the tank? Click the next video right here and keep the rubber side down. Keep the rubber side down.